We will go on the record in the matter 24 CF 119, State of Wisconsin versus Jeremiah Wagner. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. Mr. Wagner appears in person with his counsel, Joel Feliski. We're set today in this matter for a plea and sentencing. Yesterday, we were here in court for a final pretrial. The court was informed of all of the information that the attorneys are aware of. District Attorney Kevin Schmidt updated the court that based upon information he's received from Sawyer County, another county connected to this case in some way, that the facts and the evidence that Burnett County has in order to try Mr. Wagner means that the possession with intent methamphetamine, is not reliable or accurate in this case as it relates to Burnett County and Mr. Wagner, and that it is just a simple possession of methamphetamine, an felony case, and that's all accurate and true, Mr. Schmidt?
The information that New Richmond and Sawyer were using and to get their search warrant, they actually thought Mr. Wagner and Ms. Russ were in St. Croix County. They didn't know how to use the GPS equipment correctly, so they hadn't updated it. They have no explanation for why he was in Washburn heading into Burnett County. They were surprised he had meth on him when we arrested him, given the meth they thought they were going to find, they did find in St. Croix County. All of the information that when I charged this case and I was preparing to prosecute it, that I thought would show this was possession with intent, I thought was related to this quantity here. It's not. It's for the quantity found in St. Croix County.
Okay, so this is just a possession of methamphetamine, simple.
Yes.
Okay, formal motion to amend count 4.
So made.
And count 5. Let's just amend them both to simple possession of methamphetamine because that's what they are.
And the second quantity, once weighed, was like 0.5 gram. Most of that weight was the container. It was like one of those metal pill bottles that hangs off of a keychain.
Oh, makes sense. So counts 4 and 5 are amended to simple possession of methamphetamine, felonies. Mr. Feliski, you have a plea questionnaire?
I do, Your Honor. I've reviewed the agreement with Mr. Wagner and have completed a plea questionnaire with him. He's agreed to plead to count 4 in 24 CF 119 as amended, with the parties making a joint recommendation for withheld sentence and 2 years of probation, the remaining counts to be dismissed and read in. As I have stated, I have a completed plea questionnaire with me. May I approach?
You may. Thank you. Mr. Wagner, I have in front of me the plea questionnaire waiver of rights form. Is this document the document your attorney went over with you?
Yes.
And did he go over it essentially word for word?
Yes.
And that's your signature on the second page?
Yes.
You are pleading guilty to 1 count of possession of methamphetamine. Is that correct?
Yes.
You're 31 years old. You have 11 years of schooling. You can read, write. You understand the English language.
Yes.
Did you understand everything on this document?
Yes.
No drugs, no alcohol, no medications, no mental illnesses or disorders?
No.
And did your attorney thoroughly go over with you what the state would have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
Did your attorney go over with you the maximum possible penalties you face?
Yes.
Because you're charged with crimes, you are entitled to constitutional rights. Each of those rights is listed on the first page of this plea questionnaire. Did your attorney thoroughly go over those rights with you?
Yes.
And do you understand them completely?
Yes.
Do you need me to go over those rights with you in any more detail?
No.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving and giving up those rights?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you're not a citizen of the United States, your plea could result in your deportation?
Yes.
Do you understand that you're pleading guilty to a felony? As such, you will no longer be able to use or possess a firearm for life.
Yes.
You will no longer be able to vote in any election until your civil rights are restored.
Yes.
Do you understand that the state would have to prove on or around May 15, 2024, that you possessed a substance? The substance was a controlled substance, methamphetamine, and you knew or believed that substance was a controlled substance, methamphetamine. Do you understand what the state would have to prove?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum possible penalty could be a fine of up to $10,000 or up to 3.5 years of incarceration or both?
Yes.
You also understand that there is an agreement here for a recommendation to the court for probation. Do you understand that I'm not bound to follow that?
Yes.
Said differently, that if I thought the facts of this case warranted it, I could sentence you to the maximum possible penalty, and I could do so here today.
Yes.
Do you also understand that your plea to this case doesn't affect or have anything it relates to, but the plea to this case has no determination of any outcome in the St. Croix County matter?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for the court or your attorney before I proceed?
No.
Did your attorney go over that criminal complaint with you?
Yes.
That original charging document where it basically says what happened that day and why you were charged with the crimes in Burnett County?
Yes.
For the most part, as it relates to simple possession of methamphetamine, are those facts accurate?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty to possession of methamphetamine because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Felisky, may the court use the probable cause section of the criminal complaint to find a factual basis?
So stipulated.
Has anyone made any threats or any promises to you other than this agreement for you to plead guilty to this charge?
No.
You're doing so freely and intelligently. That means you're telling the court you fully understand what you're doing
Yes.
and voluntarily.
Yes.
Has your attorney represented you competently?
Yes.
Has he answered all of your questions?
Yes.
Has he looked at this matter thoroughly?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with his services?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for this court or for your attorney before I proceed?
No.
As to amended count 4, possession of methamphetamine, how do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
The court will find your plea of guilt is done knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. I will find that you understand your constitutional rights and what it means to waive and give up those rights. I'll find a factual basis to accept your plea of guilt. Based on that, I will find you guilty of count 4 in 24 CF 119. The remaining counts will be dismissed and read in for purposes of sentencing. A judgment of conviction will be entered today. Argument, Mr. Schmidt.
Thank you. Like I said, for the statement on the public interest and for the basis of the amendment, I think for simple possession, supervision is appropriate. I've explained why I'm doing this as simple possession. I'd ask the court to file the agreement. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Felisky.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll first address the issue of credit. Review of CCAP indicated that Mr. Wagner was brought into custody on this charge starting on May 15th of 2024, then posted bond on June 17th of that year. He was then brought back into custody again on October 22nd of 2025, then reposted bond and was released on November 24th of 2025. By my math, that would be 68 days of credit all told. Your Honor, I agree with the state that this is an appropriate resolution. Considering the facts and circumstances of this case, I think that probation is appropriate given the my recollection, the limited prior history of Mr. Wagner. I think that the community will be sufficiently protected by both supervision that probation can be relied on, as well as the resources that they can provide to address any underlying issues that may have caused or led or escalated up to this moment. I would also note in regards to Mr. Wagner's character that he is here today accepting responsibility for a serious offense. This is a felony plea. There are certain rights, such as the right to vote, the right to own firearms, that Mr. Wagner is well aware of, he no longer has access to, that by entering this plea that he has accepted responsibility for, he can no longer own a firearm for life. He can no longer vote in any election until he has his civil rights restored. And yet here today, he is accepting responsibility because he understands the need to do so, the need to move forward from this and build back up from this. I would note additionally that in the time that I've been representing him, he's been very consistent in wanting to have this matter resolved. It was unfortunate that we weren't able to reach an agreement to have this matter resolved globally, so to speak, with St. Croix. But nonetheless, when we were given new information and a new offer, Mr. Wagner readily accepted that after discussing the matter with me. I'd also note that he did indicate to the court that he does have employment. I believe it would be full-time through construction. So he's already doing what he needs to do as far as what probation would be expecting him to do to reintegrate back into the community. Overall, Your Honor, I do think this is an appropriate agreement under the Galleon factors. It's appropriate given the nature of the offense, protects the community, and it's appropriate given the needs and character of Mr. Wagner. I'd ask the court to follow it. Thank you.
Now, does he have a criminal history in Wisconsin, Minnesota? anywhere? This is your first,
I have DUI in Minnesota.
that's it?
That's it.
Okay, all right. And with whatever's gonna happen in St. Croix County is gonna happen in St. Croix County. Mr. Wagner, is there anything you want to let the court know? You want to say as it relates to this matter or any matters or any changes you've made since May 15, 2024, almost 2 years ago?
No.
No, okay. At first blush, when looking at this case and in the black and white, it looks far more serious than what it is washing out to be. Again, at least in this case, I don't know what they have in St. Croix County. I don't know what's going to happen there. I can't even look at that case as it relates to sentencing and this matter. Possession of methamphetamine alone is serious. It's a felony. It indicates that at least at that time, almost 2 years ago, you may have had a substance abuse issue. You may have been using methamphetamine. Today, it doesn't look like you are engaging in those things.
No.
It looks like you are sober. Do you want to tell me anything about that? It's got to have been a journey, a path.
I mean, yeah, just I don't use drugs anymore. That's, yeah.
What did you choose? Yourself?
But yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, Mr. Wagner, because this was, again, as it appeared to be a far more serious case. And the fact that at one time you absconded for a lengthy period of time with a warrant, that made it appear.
Studio
be
microphone
transferred to
VO.
Minnesota,
And that's
to
where
pay
this
that
hearing
fee.
comes to a
So I
close.
take care of that
What began
today.
as a case
So
that
once you're
initially
done
looked
here,
like a
we'll
major
give your
drug
DNA,
trafficking
go to
prosecution
probation,
ultimately
and then you
ended
should
with a
be good to
conviction
go.
for simple
Okay.
methamphetamine
Mr. Schmidt,
possession,
what is the court
probation
missing?
instead of
Nothing
prison,
from me.
Mr.
and a
Felicity?
judge who
Nothing further.
recognized
All
genuine
right, well,
signs of
good luck,
rehabilitation.
Mr. Wagner.
It's a reminder that in court, the facts, not
And
first
I'm
impressions,
proud of you
shape
to
the
see
final
that you have
outcome.
made
Do you
these
think the
changes in
sentence
last
struck
2
the
years.
right balance
I think
between
that
accountability
because
and
I'm
giving
gonna get
someone a
Ms.
second
Russ is
chance?
your fiance. You're even more serious in that you weren't going to take accountability for your actions and your conduct. But now as it's flushed out, this is a simple possession of methamphetamine. You appear to have been doing work on yourself and perhaps work on your relationship, and you're building something else instead of going down this path. So the court will place you on probation for the period of 2 years. I'm not going to do a withheld sentence. This is your first conviction, and quite honestly, with me, in my case, in my county, with these facts, it's not a prison case. So I'm not going to even do an imposed and stayed prison sentence with these facts and these facts alone. The court is going to do a 6-month imposed and stayed jail sentence. So if you are revoked, then you will come and you will sit this time for 6 months. You have 68 days of jail credit, I believe is what Mr. Felicity had said. The court is going to order $1,500 in fines and fees and all of that, including the surcharge. The rest of the cash will be remitted back to the poster, which is a lot of money. So you should get that back and probably use that for other court costs and fees if you are going to have them in another case. So 6-month imposed but stayed, 2 years probation, $1,500 in fines and fees. You have 20 days to appeal. Should you fail to appeal within 20 days, you do lose that right. This is a felony. No use or possession of a firearm for life. No voting in any election until your civil rights are restored. I need to make sure your address is still on Imperial Avenue.
Yes.
You haven't went back to, weren't you in Star Prairie or something?
Yeah, I was, but I'm no longer there.
Okay. So, and the telephone number is 6753, last 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because we have to make sure that we get the money back and we get that to you and or to Ms. Bruss, as I believe she did post the cash for you. I do need your DNA. You're going to need to make sure that you provide that to the jail before you leave. With this case, as it played out, you would be able to request your DNA be expunged through a written letter to the Wisconsin Department of Justice, not to me, the court, but to the Wisconsin Department of Justice. It's pretty easy to do. You can Google it and it shows you how to do that. I believe that covers everything. Nope, conditions, yes. Absolute sobriety. No use or possession of any illegal drugs, substances, or paraphernalia. Regular drug testing, substance testing. Any programming that your agent determines appropriate. I am going to tell you, you do have to report to probation immediately over here in Burnett County. They'd be able to transfer it, and they can transfer it to Minnesota. You're going to need to pay $150. I don't think it's went up, so I think it's $150. I would pay it today if you have the ability to do that, because you only have like 7 days to be able to have it be transferred to Minnesota.